Good morning. Right, this morning we're at St Nicholas Church in Chislehurst, and the reason we are here, we're going to meet the fastest man on earth a few times, Sir Malcolm Campbell MBE. Well, I didn't really know a lot about this fellow until I started doing some research. I was just looking for famous people that were buried in Kent, and he came up. I've done a lot of research on him, and he has been, through his life, he was a very busy boy. So I've got that sun behind me again, haven't I? Right, there we go, that's better. His son was also famous for breaking land and water speed records, just like his father. It's actually quite a nice church here. But anyway, we've got a lot to tell you about him, so I'll spin you around. We'll have a little wander around while I tell you a bit about him. Malcolm Campbell was born on 11th of March 1885 in Chislehurst, Kent, the only son of William Campbell, a Hatton Garden diamond seller. He attended the independent Uppingham School. In Germany, learning the diamond trade, he gained an interest in motorbikes and races. Returning to Britain, he worked for 2 years at Lloyd's of London for no pay, then for another year at £1 a week. Between 1906 and 1908, he won all 3 London to Land's End Trials motorcycle races. In 1910, he began racing cars at Brooklands. He christened his car Bluebird, painting it blue, after seeing the play Bluebird by Maurice Maeterlinck at the Haymarket Theatre. Campbell married Marjorie Dagmar Knott in 1913, but they divorced 2 years later. Campbell then married Dorothy Evelyn Whittle in 1920. Their son Donald was born in 1921 and their daughter Jean in 1923. Dorothy was known as Lady Campbell and later described him as quite unfitted for the role of husband and family man. They divorced in 1940. Campbell married Betty Nickery in 1945 in Chelsea. Campbell wrote a number of motoring mystery novels, including Salute to the Gods, which was the source material for the 1939 motion picture Burnham Up O'Connor. At the outbreak of the First World War, Campbell initially enlisted as a motorcycle dispatch rider and fought at the Battle of Mons in August 1914. Shortly afterwards, he was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the 5th Battalion, Queen's Own Royal West Kent Regiment, a territorial force unit, on 2nd of September 1914. He was soon drafted into the Royal Flying Corps, where he served as a ferry pilot, for his instructors believed he was too clumsy to make the grade as a fighter pilot. During the late 1930s, he commanded the Provost Company of the 56th Division of the Territorial Army. From 1940 to 1942, he commanded the military police contingent of the Coates Mission, tasked with evacuating King George VI, Queen Elizabeth and their immediate family from London in the event of a German invasion. On 23rd of January 1943, he was transferred from the Corps of Military Police to the General List. On 16th of December 1945, having attained the age limit of 60, Campbell relinquished his commission and was granted the honorary rank of Major. Campbell competed in Grand Prix motor racing, winning the 1927 and 1928 Grand Prix de Boulogne in France, driving a Bugatti T37A. Campbell broke the land speed record for the first time in 1924 at 146 miles per hour at Pendine Sands near Carmarthen Bay in a 350 horsepower V12 Sunbeam, now on display at the National Motor Museum, Bewley. He broke 9 land speed records between 1924 and 1935, with 3 at Pendine Sands and 5 at Daytona Beach. His first 2 records were accomplished whilst driving a racing car built by Sunbeam. In 1925, Campbell set a new lap record of 100 miles per hour at Brooklands in a streamlined Chrysler 6. On 4th of February 1927, Campbell set the land speed record at Pendine Sands, covering the flying kilometre an average of 2 runs at 174 miles per hour, and the flying mile in 174 miles per hour in the Napier Campbell Bluebird. He set his final land speed record at the Bonneville Salt Flats in Utah on 3rd of September 1935, and was the first person to drive an automobile over 300 miles per hour, averaging 301.337 miles per hour in 2 passes. Campbell developed and flotation tested Bluebirds on Tilgate Lake in Tilgate Park, Crawley. He set the water speed record 4 times, his highest speed being 141 miles per hour. He set the record on 19th of August 1939 on Coniston Water, Lancashire. Campbell stood for Parliament without success at the 1935 general election in Deptford for the Conservative Party, despite his links to the British Union of Fascists. Reportedly, he once adorned his car with a fascist pennant of the London Volunteer Transport Service, though there has been no photographic evidence to support this claim. Campbell died after a series of strokes in 1948 in Reigate, Surrey, aged 63. He was one of the few land speed record holders of his era to die of natural causes, for so many had died in crashes. Right, well, as you just heard, he loved his speed, whether it was on the land or the water. Now all I've got to do is find his final resting place, which I think I know where it is. I've got a rough idea from pictures I've seen. But we're literally right on the edge of London here, Chislehurst. Still in Kent, but just on the edge of London. But his resting place is around here somewhere. I know it is, because I recognise one of these graves here. I think I can see it. Right, let's turn you around and we'll go and have a look at it together. Right, it should be this one here. This is the one. There you go, this says Sir Malcolm Campbell MBE, honoured for his achievements. A record breaker on both land and water, celebrated, admired and loved. Also in loving memory of his daughter, Jean Dorothy Wales. 10th of September 1923 to 26th of June 2007, laid to rest in another place. So she's not actually here. In loving memory of William Campbell, born September 23rd, 1845. Died November 25th, 1920. Also of Ada Campbell, widow, born July 7th, 1864. Died June the 28th, 1948. This is the one we've come to see. In ever-loving memory of Major Sir Malcolm Campbell MBE, born March 1885, passed away New Year's Eve 1949. Well, there you go, that's the final resting place of Major Malcolm Campbell MBE, or Sir Major Malcolm Campbell MBE. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's very busy around here. It makes you feel kind of uncomfortable. It's not London folk alike. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And maybe consider subscribing if you want to see any more. I've got a few more in the pipeline. I'm venturing into counties surrounding my own at the moment, slowly working my way out in a spiral pattern. But as I say, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one, wherever I am. So until then, bye bye for now.